examples, brothers and sisters. There's a man named Talut, a prophet. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raises him for the people who want to fight Goliath. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes him. He says that وَزَادَهُ بَسْطَةً فِي الْعِلْمِ وَالْجِسْمِ. Because of this man's purity, because of his taqwa, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rewards him. How does He reward him? How does He make him perfect? He says that we increased him in his knowledge and we increased his bodily strength. We made him strong. There are people who say that, okay, I'm going to become an individual person by working out all the time and neglect all the rest of my responsibilities. Is that something which is admirable? Or is this admirable when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Himself feeds you with the strength that you need? Or you look at the case of Maryam salamullahi alayha. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes pride in her. He says that وَأَنْبَتَهَا نَبَاتًا حَسَنًا. He says that He caused her to grow like a lovely plant. We talked about being a flower in that garden. Maryam was a flower in the garden. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because of her piety, because of her worshipping, because of her devoting every ounce of her existence to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He rewards her by growing up like a lovely plant. This is the woman who's chosen to raise Nabi Isa on her own, and to make him into a prophet, and to teach him how he should be. And finally, the example of our prophet. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم in Surah Tawbah. لَقَدْ جَاءَكُمْ رَسُولٌ مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ عَزِيزٌ عَلَيْهِ مَا عَنِتُّمْ. This is one of the very beautiful verses in the Quran. عَزِيزٌ عَلَيْهِ مَا عَنِتُّمْ حَرِيصٌ عَلَيْكُمْ بِالْمُؤْمِنِينَ رَؤُوفٌ رَحِيمٌ. If you want to know your prophet, this is a prophet who has come to you from among yourselves. He takes it seriously when you are saddened. We should know that when we're sad, the Ahlul Bayt are sad on our behalf, on our account. He is very anxious about you, and He is compassionate and He is merciful. Some people are merciful and compassionate just because they have good hearts. But imagine when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes two of His attributes. Allah is the one who is Ra'uf and Rahim. And He says that this is somebody who exhibits these attributes. This is somebody who has been taken to true compassion and true mercy. So brothers and sisters, let's take the spirit of the Quran seriously. Let's understand that if we want to exhibit that individuality and creativity, there is a way to do it which is superior than any other ways. If we devote ourselves to the path that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has set out for us, then we'll see the rewards raining down upon us. Then we'll see those divine names that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created us to manifest. We'll become beacons by which the light of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is spread to the earth. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it so. Please rise, salawat. The topic I want to present has been completed. I just want to mention one thing about the night. It's a night of Qadr, and this is the night in which our destiny will be written for us for the next year. Every single thing. Min kulli amr. In Surah Qadr it says every affair, everything that you can imagine. Who's going to die, who's going to live, who's going to get married, who's not going to get married, who's going to go to Hajj, who's not going to go to Hajj, who's going to be blessed with something, who's going to have a blessing taken away from it. Everything is written this night. And we have the opportunity to influence that. Okay? We have the opportunity to influence it right now. Even afterwards, it's not like we're going to be forced and there's no choice in the matter. The upper and lower bounds are going to be set tonight. Depending on our actions throughout the year, then we'll either get the upper bound or the lower bound or somewhere in between. But we have this opportunity tonight to influence this. We can make a difference. So the first thing I would encourage all of us to do, brothers and sisters, is that we should first of all, if there's any type of hatred or anger that we have towards any believer in our hearts, let us take this opportunity to empty our hearts of that, because that will become a barrier from the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from entering our hearts. And I would like to ask you all forgiveness on my behalf and on behalf of all the mu'mineen and mu'minat. So please forgive. The second thing, brothers and sisters, is let's keep attention to the Imam of our time. Special focus on him, because he's the one who is going to deliver this destiny. He's the one who is gifted with the presence of all the angels on this night in his heart. So let's focus on him. Also, Sayyidah Fatima salamullahi alayha, she has a very important role in determining our affairs on this night. So we should make sure to pay particular emphasis and have a particular attention to Sayyidah Fatima. And brothers and sisters, we should make sure that when we're staying awake tonight, which is a very important thing to do, it's not just about being physically awake, but making sure our hearts are awake. This is the most important thing. So we have to keep our hearts alive with the remembrance of Allah, that connection that we have with our Creator. One of the ways of doing that is by remembering our past sins and feeling remorseful over them and resolving not to do them again and asking Allah for forgiveness. One of the other ways is to remind ourselves of the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and of the hereafter and about the fears and the trials and the punishments that are awaiting those who turn away from the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And one of the other ways, brothers and sisters, is by remembering the blessings of Allah. Remembering how much Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us and saying, oh Allah, thank you so much for everything that you've given to us. One of the things we can remember is the gift that we have from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this center right here. This center, brothers and sisters, I don't want to praise too much because it's not appropriate, but I just want to say that this center is a unique center. And I'm not being like, I haven't been paid to like make this announcement or something, you know. This is a unique center, and sometimes if you don't travel outside of the Bay Area, you don't realize what you have. But for better or for worse, over the last few years, I've done a lot of traveling, and I have to say that this is a special place. I'm not exaggerating, and in fact, I'm understating it when I say this is a special place. This is a blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what we have here. You will not find a place like this anywhere else. And in particular, there's many amazing things that are going on in the center, the multicultural nature of it, the spirit of brotherhood, the volunteer effort, the donations that brothers and sisters always give, the spirit of generosity, the medical clinic that's opened up, so many things that are just really amazing. But I want to mention two things that are particular to the younger people here. The first thing is the Sunday school. This Sunday school, brothers and sisters, every community that I've visited in the last couple of years, everyone tells me that we're using the SABA curriculum. Every single one. And it's like, you know, I mean, it's amazing when you think that a center in California, that there was a time I remember not too long ago when the classes didn't even used to have like chalkboards or whiteboards. And people would just be sitting in a room, just kind of, you know, half asleep, and like there'd be somebody talking. The teacher wouldn't even know if people are awake or asleep. You know, a bunch of classes in the same room. I mean, and to see where it's come since then, it's truly a blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So those of you who have any sort of feeling that, okay, Sunday school maybe is a bit boring, or maybe I shouldn't go or something like that, think again. Don't underestimate the blessing that you have with this Sunday school, and support it with all your efforts. And the second thing, and this is the last thing I'll mention, is the youth group. Brothers and sisters, the opportunity that you have with the youth group is unparalleled. You have access to a great scholar who understands Maulana, who understands you and can give you that knowledge that you're hungry for. I don't know why it wouldn't be the case that all the youth are not thirsty to participate in this youth group on every Saturday evening or Friday evening. Friday or Saturday? Friday. Saturday. So if those of you who aren't participating in it, please, you know, if you like this programming, you like the feeling that you have, the spiritual atmosphere that we have on this beautiful night of Qadr, if you want to carry that along throughout the year, then don't ignore your brothers and sisters. They are your means of your salvation. You need them. You need each other to maintain your faith. If there's a problem of getting transportation, then that can be arranged. We can have carpools going from the different outlying cities. But please participate in it. Don't make it an excuse that, other youth groups are out there, they just do fun things, and here they're not doing fun things. No, here they're going to do fun things as well. They do fun things. But the most important thing is the knowledge that you're gaining on a regular basis from a great source. Let's not underestimate it. Brothers and sisters, blessings have to be used in the way that Allah tells us to use them. If they're not used, they will be taken away. So let's appreciate all the blessings that we have, starting from our parents, our religion, our imams, Islam, our health, our wealth, our family, our community, Islam, the ulama, everyone. And let's remember them, and inshallah, let's pray for each other on this night. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us towards that which is best, and that He accepts our efforts on this night, and that He causes this to be, the du'as of the mu'mineen on this night, to be the means by which the Imam of our time exits from his ghaibah and comes back to lead us to all of righteousness and all of truth.